Hey, hello, what's up? Whatever, it's a new boy Lester, so you can call me Lester Short, and welcome to a new video. And if you're new, welcome to the channel. The title is not clickbait. There are significant changes coming to this channel. I'm gonna start with the smallest change, going up to the biggest change.
Significant changes, but no one cares less.
Shut up, I don't have a video. I'm gonna start with the smallest to the greatest change. So change number one, obviously being the smallest, is my name change. Some probably have noticed because I already did a stream, but I'm pretty sure most of you haven't noticed. But I have changed my name from Less the Best to it just being Less, or the handle being I'm Just Less, because I couldn't leave that as Less. Now, why have I made this change? I've been rocking with the name Less the Best for so many years. It's basically been like my very first gamer tag type of name, username, whatever. And honestly, the best part of the Less the Best name is kind of cringy. Not even kind of, it really is cringy. And I don't want to give off the impression that like I'm some kind of egotistical dude, which I'm really not. And yeah, just generally I cringe. Less is much more simpler. Not only much more simpler, but it's obviously much easier to remember. I mean, I'm not about to say that it's unique, but if it is, then it is. And I consider it one of the smallest changes in comparison to these other ones, because no one has really called me Less the Best. It's always just Less. People just know to call me Less, whether you're new to stream or you're some like OG. People always just call me Less. No one has really called me by the full name Less the Best as frequently as compared to Less. Now, change number two. I'm streaming on Twitch exclusively. Why this change? So this change actually has some backstory that I would really like to explain as well. So last year, if you did tune into my streams, you would have heard me say that I have a huge change for the channel. And that change was basically going to be me simultaneously streaming on both YouTube and Twitch at the same time. So basically, if I was doing a Twitch stream, I would be doing a YouTube stream reflecting the same thing that I was doing at this time, at like the same time. I was going to use Restream. And it was only like recently where I started like setting up for the Restream thing, because I was like, you know what, let's just get into it, you know what I mean? And while I was setting up, there was a watermark that would show up on the screen if you saw me on stream while using Restream. And the only way to get rid of it was a paid subscription, and I am not balling, unfortunately, so I'm not willing to spend like $14 to get rid of a watermark. Now, why the change? So basically, around 3 years at this point, I started streaming on my channel. And then I moved from YouTube. Well, I did both YouTube and Twitch at the same time at some point after the fact. Basically, I would do one stream on YouTube and then one stream on Twitch. Then I had this going for a while. I remember at the time on Twitch, I was streaming Terraria, and I forgot what I was streaming on YouTube. But then basically, I got into this new game on my YouTube streams called Friday Night Funkin'. And after a few streams, it started to become my bread and butter of this channel, basically. I've never seen much more like success on this channel basically than that point in that time back in 2021. Then for 3 months I couldn't like stream, record, or do anything YouTube related because I was really busy with life stuff. Then I came back and I was like, you know what, I don't want to do FNF stuff anymore. Then I got into other stuff, and since then YouTube streams haven't really been doing that great, I want to say, and there hasn't been really visible growth, I want to say. Okay, not visible but consistent growth. I definitely am still growing from YouTube streams, but it's just very slow consistency. And the reason why I want to start streaming on Twitch instead of YouTube is because I believe that Twitch could yield more results. And I don't say this as like a fling or something like that. I say it because it's something that I've seen. If you don't know, I am part of an esports organization called Valeria. Discord link in description. And I'm part of the org as a streamer. Now, I'm not the only streamer. There's other streamers that I do pop to the stream sometimes, say hi, and just generally lurk, whatever Twitch terms it is. And with the experience of those other Valeria like Twitch streamers, they are yielding sustainable growth that is much more sustainable than mine on YouTube. So which is why I'm gonna go to Twitch exclusively, do my 3 streams that I do per week over there. Otherwise, besides that, everything on YouTube is still gonna be YouTubing. I'm still gonna make shorts, I'm still gonna make long form videos such as this. The only thing you won't see is just streams, that's it. You just won't see streams on YouTube anymore. Okay, let me not say anymore because I want to do the Twitch thing temporarily. So if I'm giving myself basically this year, it could be more, it could be less, to see how Twitch goes in relation to like the type of stuff that I'm making. Will I yield the same results? Probably not. Will I yield results? Probably. That's why I'm giving it this year, to see how it goes. And I will be starting Twitch streams next week, meaning that the last stream on YouTube that you'll see is basically Friday. And I think that's it for that. The third and final change to this channel, which is the most significant, or at least it's the most significant to me. The pink sheep is going. I know. no one cares. The reason why I deem this the most significant change in all seriousness though is because the pink sheep is, I don't know, it's what I use to identify this channel, or rather the entire brand of, well, now less. And I slightly remember how I picked up on using the pink sheep as kind of like a persona. I was doing a reaction video and I wanted to make it more engaging, so I decided to just use like the pink sheep as a face cam. And ever since then, I've been using it in videos ever since, really. I believe I did that in my first year of YouTube. It's the most significant change, but I think it's the change for the better. I think all these changes are for the better, actually. So will there be a substitute for a pink sheep? Well, there would be a substitute for a pink sheep if I was at 1,000 subscribers, because 1,000 subs is when I do a face reveal. But currently, no, there's no substitute. I've made so many thumbnails with it. A lot of people probably think I'm a furry because of the pink sheep, even though I really am not. And it basically means that this is the very last video that you will be seeing this pink sheep in. I don't think people associate the pink sheep with me, generally speaking, throughout my entire time of doing YouTube. People just hold me less. They've never like made any relation of me to the pink sheep ever, so I don't think it really bothers anyone anyways. And it's not like my entire channel is centered around this pink sheep anyway, but it's definitely a fundamental base of it that I'm kind of taking out. But it's just a small piece, just a small piece of the base. Nothing too huge, I believe. And yeah, I think that's all I have to say. So this Friday will be the last time you will catch me streaming on YouTube. Next week is gonna be Twitch streams all year round, more or less. And the pink sheep, gone. Just like Tom Holland Spider-Man in Avengers Endgame. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not exactly comfortable with all these changes. I know it's gonna take time for it to grow on me, really, because I really do think, logically speaking, that these are, well, good changes. So, yeah, you know what it is, guys. Goodbye.